Hey, I'm here with co-owners Nicole Fonseca, Miguel Trinidad, here at Jeepney in the East Village. Excited to be here, guys. Thanks for having me. I just wanted to learn more about Jeepney, what it stands for, what you guys are all about, and what it means for you to have this restaurant.
My mission has been to push Filipino food forward, but really the overall picture here is that people get to know my culture, that Filipinos are more normalized, that they get to see what we're about, and that we can share food and experiences here.
Where do you play in that, Miguel?
Well, you know, where she's the beauty, I'm the muscle. Right? Nicole and I met back in 2007, working together at a restaurant in Soho. She had this dream, but she couldn't find a Filipino chef that actually wanted to be part of the project or believe that Filipino food would ever be accepted mainstream. That's where I came along. I'm Dominican, born and raised on the Lower East Side. I was cooking at a soul food restaurant in Soho. I said, let's do this, you know. And throughout our travels, we came to realize that there's a lot of connections between Caribbean Latino food and Filipino food.
Can you explain the significance of Jeepney in creating, kind of being a pioneer of sorts in Filipino cuisine in the city, and really, I think, in American society?
Wow, that is, you've done your homework. I really appreciate that. It has been a mission for us to change the conversation and to be innovators, but it is a little odd to refer to us in third person and say, yes, innovator. But it has meant breaking down barriers. It has meant representing food that people might turn their nose up at because it's odd. I remember growing up in San Diego and seeing Howard Stern make fun of Filipinos for what we eat, or watching Fear Factor and having people being literally bribed $10,000 or more to eat a dish that some people in the Philippines eat either as a snack or just sheer survival. So us being here and representing the food to a broader range of people is meaningful, but being able to do it on our own terms is even more meaningful.
Jeepneys are the form of transportation in the Philippines. And could you grab the gold one over there? So jeepneys are the form of transportation in the Philippines, and this is what they look like. Some of them can be very ornate and have a lot of religious artifacts around them. Others might have a bunch of naked pictures posted all over the place. But yeah, they were left there by the army during the American occupation, and Filipinos are very resourceful. They turned them into jeeps, and this is what they use for transportation.
Sweet. So that's the origin story of the name Jeepney.
Yeah, you have to try adobo.
Adobo?
Adobo. So Latino cultures have adobo. It's more like a seasoning. Ours is a way of life. It is preserving food in vinegar without refrigeration. And for me, it is the underlying tone for all food in the Philippines. This idea of sourness, or what we say maasim. So when you try adobo, you will now begin to realize the Filipino palate.
Nicole and Miguel are co-authors of I Am Filipino. Can you tell us about your book? You talked about some of the research that you did.
Yeah, so, okay, I Am a Filipino is our first cookbook. And I like the tagline at the very end. It says, and this is how we cook. Because while I am a Filipino, ultimately the recipes reflect how Miguel and I approach Filipino food. And what I like about it, so many things. It's like your firstborn, you know? And other cookbooks can dissect dishes into appetizer, entree, etc. But the way we have chronicled the food is by interlopers or influencers. So it's either Chinese, Mexican, Spanish, Muslim, or Malaysian. I've never seen a Filipino cookbook really approach the food in that way.
So what's your favorite dish in the book, Miguel?
You know, it's hard to say there's a favorite dish, but the ones that are my top right now are the dampa, which we'll be cooking together in the kitchen, and adobo dilao. We change the adobo here weekly. This week we have adobo pute, which is white adobo. Instead of using, well, there is no soy sauce. Traditional adobo is soy, garlic, bay leaves, vinegar, and peppercorns. But this one is more from the Muslim region, and it doesn't use soy sauce. It has star anise and cinnamon to give it a distinct flavor. So we'll be making that as well.
Let's make some food.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, we're back in the kitchen at Jeepney here with Chef Miguel. We're gonna do the dumper fry.
Yeah, and what the dampa fry is, it's we're using the whole red snapper. It's abundant here on the East Coast.
Okay.
And we marinate it in a combination of soy, ginger, vinegar, garlic, pepper. Let that go for about 24 hours. And we end up with this beautiful marinated fish. Now, everybody's grandma makes the best adobo. So we're not claiming to have the best adobo, but this one is damn good. That sauce to reduce and thicken.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta get this, man. Some security or let me know.
Good job, you're hired. We have Sundays for you. Thank you.
We can't. Oh, okay. We're not. This doesn't. Oh, it's an impromptu dance party.
Doing balut. Doing balut. Doing balut. So inside the egg is different layers. There is egg yolk, there is the duck fetus. When was the last time you ate a duck fetus?
I've never had a duck fetus before in my life.
And,
Fetus.
and sometimes they'll say embryonic fluid, but it's kind of like a broth.
Duck fetus with the
What's that?
homegrown broth.
Yes. I'm gonna open it
Just make sure yours is not cracked.
can you see which side he should open it?
Here, grab this one, I'll take that one.
That's this side right here.
That's the side you're open.
I'm gonna do it certified way with a spoon, and Miguel's gonna open it like you do it on the streets of the Philippines. But ultimately, you wanna be very delicate because you wanna open up a quarter size hole so that you can sip the broth. So I'm gonna do it like this. Miguel's gonna hit it. You can decide which way you want to do it.
Okay.
Watch your strength, though, okay?
Okay. Finesse.
So, Nicole's opening it the dainty way.
Dainty.
When you're in the Philippines, balut is a snack that you'll probably have at a bar. It's called pulutan snacks, and you crack. You crack it open and you take that membrane. That broth is what you drink.
I think I might do it the city way, the dainty way.
Okay, a little salt. You know, I like balut. I love that broth. It reminds me of my childhood, my dad making me aware that I come from another culture. But I don't eat the fetus. I don't know, something about a face and feathers.
Wait a second. So what am I eating?
You can just eat the broth like I am. And
No, I'm eating the whole thing.
yeah, you have to do it.
Oh, there we go.
There.
See all that broth? Once you drink the broth, you want to peel back the shell, and you want to get down to about the stone. And what I mean by the stone is, it is edible, but it's just like the white of the egg that is still on the bottom.
Like calcified?
It's calcified and it's very hard, kind of like cartilage. Right? Here, this is your duck right here, and that's the egg yolk.
Oh.
Yeah, look how delicious that looks.
See, I was never really a big fan of boiled eggs growing up, but I think I might like balut.
Did you like the broth?
Yeah, the broth tasted good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. It was nice.
Doing balut. Ow!
Cheers. It just tastes like a boiled egg. It's more flavorful than a boiled egg, to be honest. I prefer this over a boiled egg. This
You
tastes
like it?
way better than a chicken boiled egg. Absolutely.
So this is going to be your blade and also your vessel to eat. Now you want to get some rice on your plate. You hold the meat down with your fork. You cut. The real way is you put the whole meat and some rice. Yeah. Get a tomato in there too.
No tomato?
For a perfect bite. Yeah.
This was worth the wait. We might see you guys on date night next week.
No! Yay!
That was delicious.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for sharing Jeepney with me
Yeah.
and everyone else at home. Well, we just finished up here at Jeepney. The co-owners, Miguel Trinidad and Nicole Fonseca. Thanks so much for having me. This was a delicious meal. Learned a lot about Filipino culture and food. And I hope you learned a little something too. If you like what you saw, please press thumbs up, subscribe. Until next time.